telling you.
Never been loved like this before. You have captured my whole heart. Your love's been different from the start.
Oh boy, I'm telling you, it's not me she's singing about though, guys. It's not me she's singing about. Whoever the lucky guy is, he's the one getting all that love, that show of love. I'm just the DJ here, facilitating this interview this morning. Just make sure I put that out there, right? Good morning, Abena. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm well. How are you doing?
I am doing great, man. I'm doing great. Good to hear from you, and I'm glad that you're doing okay, too.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Nice. Now,
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for taking our invitation and being here on Zell, I said, man, the Nation Station. We've been playing your song for a while now, so I thought it's only right that we get to hear the voice behind the beautiful voice, the lady behind the beautiful voice, and the beautiful lady as well. I'm not making any moves, just stating the obvious here, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
I can pay compliments, right?
Thank you. I appreciate the compliments. That's fine.
All right,
Thank you.
great. But I thought it was for us to get a bit know more about you. We've been playing this song, so I know people know the song already. And of course, we'll play the song after we finish, so at least people get to hear it who have not heard the song as yet. But I thought it was only right that we get to know more about, Abena. I know you've been singing for a while, you've been doing your thing, but lately you just you change gears. This is like a different mindset. What's going on? What happened?
What happened? It's a different mindset. I've always been in the genre of just spreading love and being about positive vibes and sharing that. But I decided to do reggae because I felt that was what this song needed, I guess. So that's why I decided to go with reggae in terms of switching gears.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's experiences through life experiences and just seeing the human experience makes you think and differently and want to be different too. So that's part of it as well.
But I must compliment you though, because it's not easy to switch into a different genre and make it work.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, right now you have so many people. In terms of in the network, in the industry, I should say, and they are all trying. Some of them trying to do different genres here and there, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's a hit and miss process. But I must say, this song complements your feeling and your expression, what you're trying to get across. So kudos to you, man, and great job. I like the reggae version. I like it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I think also, for me anyway, when I think of writing, it's about connecting with people. And I think the song speaks to people because people experience that, or at least know someone who maybe may have experienced it. So that's what I try to tap into when I put this song together, just the whole human experience on love, different aspect of love.
I mean, I know I started off kind of bubbling to the music thing, but let's backtrack a bit and let's talk about Abena. Who Abena is, just in case any of your friends who went to school with you are listening right now.
Okay, so Abena is Abena Amory. So I grew up in Nevis. I was born in Gingerland, Nevis. Lived in Fig Tree, Nevis, before I moved to the United States. So Abena Amory, daughter of the late Vance Amory, and my mom is Earlene Amory or Williams King. So I grew up in Nevis, just my hometown, So that's it, really, about me.
So has music always been a part of you, or this is something you started to embrace when you left Nevis?
Oh, no, music has always been a part of me. My mom is a singer, and my dad also loves music. He used to sing as well. And I just grew up around music. My family, both sides, especially my mother's side, we've always been around music. So I grew up in a house that listened to music. My mother was always singing. Even when she taught at school in Nevis, she had different groups, and she had, folk songs and stuff, singing with her students and stuff like that. So I just grew up around music. So it's a part of me. I was born into it.
Now, talking about a part of you, a part of our culture, for the majority of us, education is key. You can't tell your mom and dad, no, I'm going to be a singer, right? Education is key. So, with that in mind, I know you have a professional background. Do you mind sharing your professional background?
No, I don't mind. Sure. So I have a master's in public health. So I'm a public health professional by education. I work with underprivileged people in New York City who may need different resources and different just needs. They had to try to meet their needs in that way, social services and stuff like that. I'm also a trained doula. A doula, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. A doula is someone who supports pregnant people and people in their postpartum and their families through their pregnancy, during childbirth, after they have the baby, and they're, again, to make sure that they are in a good place mentally, physically, to be able to take care of themselves, first of all, because if they're not okay, then they really can't give themselves to a baby and take care of a baby. So make sure that they're good, make sure that they can advocate for themselves when they're at the hospital, and just make sure that their needs are met to the best of their ability. So I'm also a doula. And that's kind of my professional life. Most of my work is around making sure that those who are in need and underprivileged and don't have certain resources are able to find those resources, or I can put them in touch with the resources that they need to be in a better place in their whole, as a whole person.
You know what? I at first I was wow, but then now thinking about it, I can see the connection. Because your dad, he's also a man who used to help people as well. So I guess you're following in his footsteps, so to speak. Maybe not in the political field, but regardless,
oh no,
you're still
not
helping.
me. Not I in politics at all. No.
I sense that. But still, I sense a passion in what you do. You change gears automatically, instantly, as you start talking about what you do for a living. That's great. But how do you balance the work life and the music life? Because right now, for me, looking at you right now, I just started following you lately, and I'm seeing you putting a lot of work into your artistry in terms of your new single and your new, how can I put it? I won't even say new, but this chapter, if I can put it that way. Is it a new chapter? You seen it the same way as me looking in?
Yes, it's a new chapter. I mean, although I've always been singing, this is like I'm actually putting myself out there more and as an individual. I mean, so yes, it is a new chapter for me. And in terms of life and balancing everything, you just have to find the time to do it. You work 9 to 5, you come home, you find some space or time to just do other things after work on the weekends if you're not working, because sometimes, my job does require that I work on weekends. So you just have to find the time. And for me, if you really love doing something, you're passionate about it, then you will make the time to do that, what loves, because, again, that kind of balances out. When you're dealing with work and you've seen certain people who are like destitute and just in such terrible state, that takes a toll on you. So doing something that you love, which is for me singing and music, and then seeing how that affects people when I do sing at different places, like I do sing in church, I do gospel, I do different things and inspire people, it kind of balances it out somewhat. So I have to find the time to do that too, because working with certain people, you see a certain side that's like so hopeless, for lack of a better word. And then when you put that energy into doing your music and knowing that hopefully your music will reach people and touch them in a positive way. Mm-hmm. So I make sure I put time into doing that as well, so that it kind of balances out what I do.
Man, you made it sound so easy, right? But you have to find a producer to work with. You got to find musicians to work with, and not just any musician and any producer. It's a process, You made it sound like you just went on the corner and there was a bunch of guys just standing there. Let's go down the road and let's do something, guys. How was that process? How hard was it? Did it take you a year, 2 years? I mean, you're at a good place now.
I have to say I've been blessed because I've been doing music behind the scenes for a while. I've done a lot of background vocals for certain artists, so I've have connections with a couple like studios in New York City and different producers in New York City because I've worked with them behind the scenes in terms of going into the studio and doing background vocals for some people, or even some people who want to put out songs. I've sung like whole songs for people just as the voice of the song, but so I've been in the industry in that sense and connecting with folks. So when it came to, especially with this song, I kind of just reached out to some people who I knew, and I was like, I have this song. Are you able to do it? And I sent it to them, and and we worked together to do that. So in that way, I think I'm blessed in having certain connections and knowing people who I can reach out to do that.
Abena, forgive me, right? I just had a sentimental moment there a while ago listening to you explain all that, right? And in my mind, I again, culture, our parents are not the ones to talk about, hey, why are you doing this, right? Did your dad know about what you were doing, and what was his thought process about you embracing that aspect of life?
Oh, yeah, my dad knew. My dad was one of my biggest fans, one of my biggest supporters. Like, even when I would have shows or different things, if he's not here, I would send him, like, the link if it was being, broadcast and Zoom or whatever it was, and he would check it out. So, yeah, he was always one of my biggest supporters. He was proud of me. I know that for sure, what I was doing. And it's kind of, again, bittersweet because he's not here to see this part of what's happening, because I know he would have been one of my biggest supporters, even if he wouldn't be here for tomorrow, because I know he hated the cold weather, but at least he would have supported, and he might have come anyway, because that's just who he was. He was always there for us, my sister, myself, and our children. He was always there and made sure he was supporting us once he was able. So that's one thing. Daddy was always behind me, making sure that he knew that I knew that he was one of my biggest supporters.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
in whatever genre, the soca, the gospel, anything. Yes, he was one of my biggest supporters.
Now that you mentioned that, that was on my list to talk to you about, because we open up with the reggae, and I don't want to mislead the people now. I don't want to mislead the people. I see you chuckling. Right? That's you.
Where are we going with this?
I hear you chuckling now. I hear you chuckling.
What do you know now? What do you know now? Okay.
How would you label yourself? Because like I said, I've been doing my research. But how would you label yourself as an artist? I mean, this is the first time we're having a conversation on air, and I'll be honest, I have been playing from you so far. The only thing I've been playing from you is reggae. So, so it's easily for someone to think that you're a reggae artist. So, do you, what would you say to that individual listening?
I've been asked this question, and I've been thinking about it, and the best answer that I've come up with, I don't want to put myself in a box. I'm a musician, I'm a vocalist, and I sing, and I believe music in all genres can spread the word and share and evoke feelings in people. And for me, that's my main goal, is to just spread my positive message throughout music and reach different people. So if I decide to do a soca song, some people will love it, some won't. And that's in any genre, right? So that's me. I just don't want to put myself in a box. I'm a Caribbean girl at heart, so I always try to incorporate my Caribbean culture into what I do. But I love R&B. I have another song, Fallen, that is an R&B song that I released a while ago that a friend of mine wrote, and I want to re-release that because I think, again, it spreads a positive message about love. So, yeah, I don't want to box myself into any specific, label in terms of what I am and who I am. Because that's not me. I'm very fluid in terms of just living life and enjoying life and being. So that's how I want the message I want to also put out.
I hear, man. I hear. Done with the labels. Let's kick the labels to the side. I totally agree with you. And if you're paying attention to the the industry right now, there is a lot of music out that is very hard to give labels. I was listening to a conversation there from Rolling Stones, and they were talking about that. And one guy would say, "Hey, look, why do we have to, focus so much on labels? I mean, you like the song, you like the song. Just forget the label and say, hey, I like that song John Legend sang. What's the name of it? And case closed. I like that song
Yeah.
Abena sang, and what's the name of the song? And that's it. It's closed. So I guess we're at that junction in life, or this era, if I can put it that way, where the creative minds are no longer concerned about the label. It's easier to get up in the morning and create something that you feel. Like I heard a song
Yeah.
there the other day, and I was like, that song sounded like I think it was from Travis Green, and he's the gospel artist, and it sounded almost like he had a fusion of soca in it. You know what I mean? And I was like, whoa, and if he had said to himself, well, you know what, that's not the genre that I want to go to, he would have never released that song, and that passion, that
Yeah.
inspiration would have got lost. So I totally agree with you,
Yeah.
but I wanted to
Yeah.
hear from you, though, Abena. I can't make the decisions for you. I can't, tomorrow I get on the radio and say, hey, I didn't ask this question, but I believe she is an artist, a reggae artist. And then, 2 weeks later, you release
Yeah.
an R&B song, and then people go, but you can
Yeah.
say she's a reggae artist, and, So I'm glad that you cleared that up.
Yeah, because I feel like labels limit you, honestly, and people, because they already, as you said, identify you as a certain way, then that's what they're looking for. And then when you come up with something different, they may not accept that, So just be who you are and do what you love, and take it or leave it,
Hear this, though. Hear this, Sabina. One of your fans is listening right now, right? One of your fans.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Michelle, how much a fan she is. So I don't know if this is a subliminal message to me, but I'll read what she says, right? Looking forward to seeing Abena tomorrow evening, February 4th at Woods Bar, or Woodsy, is it Woodsy's? Woodsy Bar?
Woodsy, yeah.
Woodsy Bar and Grill in Brooklyn, New York. Love her voice. Love you, Abena.
Oh,
Right? So I
well,
guess
thank you, fan.
I guess that's a hint for me to talk
you.
about your event tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yes.
tomorrow, if you're in New York City, the Bronx area, or sorry, not the Bronx, the
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Make sure I clear that up. Brooklyn area. Go on out to Woodsy's Bar and Grill in Brooklyn, New York. What time?
8 o'clock. Yeah.
She's going to be doing this song you just heard me play a while ago. And if you haven't heard the song, I'm going to play it in just a bit. It's called Your Love, written by Abena. Correct?
Yes. Written by me.
Oh, you said that so reluctantly and so soft. Where's the confidence? I want to go. You.
Yes.
There we go. Well, you got another fan here. Someone say hello to you. I'm going to ask him. He's listening. Can I mention your name, sir? I raise your fans are hitting you up, and I don't want to think that I'm just, making up things behind the scene here and think that people are sending messages and it's not so. So let me know if I can call your name. And that's what I keep saying, all right? When people send me messages, I prefer, like, if you send a voice note, I could always play it on ear so people get to hear what you're saying versus me just saying so. Because, you could be there and you're saying, hey, he just making that up. Okay, here's the name, Bob Hull.
Oh, hi, Bob. Hi. Yes, that's one of my people. Yes, hi.
There you go.
He's in St. Kitts. Yes. Hi, Bob. Good morning. Happy Friday.
There you go. You see? The connection now. It's real, right? It's real now, right?
Yeah.
He says thank you. Oh, nice, man.
Welcome. You're welcome. Yeah.
So you have your new single out. It's on Spotify. It's on all the streaming platforms. For the sake of me getting one of the platforms, missing one of the names of the platforms, it's on all of the platforms right now. It was released about 2 weeks ago.
Actually, almost a month, 3 weeks,
Yeah, wow.
almost 4 weeks.
Wow.
January 7th, yes.
Yeah, wow. Time flying fast, boy.
I know. Too fast sometimes. Slow down, but yeah.
So
Yeah.
I saw a video with you or a clip of you in the studio singing the song, and what came to mind is a video, right? You saw any plans for a video for the song?
Well, yes, that's what tomorrow is actually all about. It's about releasing the video to the song. We filmed the whole video for it, so that is what we will be debuting tomorrow night. Yeah.
And will this song be on your social platforms? The video, I should say. Would you be
The
sharing?
video, yes, yes. Once we release it on tomorrow night, it will be available. It should be available either that same night or the next day to be viewed on whatever platforms. I know YouTube and other platforms. Yeah.
Boy. Here comes a question from, and judging from how this question is written, it seems like this person is an admirer.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Is the song about past experience or is it about your present experience? That's the question for you.
It's about experience. It's as I put it, the human experience. It's about, I've seen it, I've lived it, and I just wanted to encompass that into song because, again, I feel a lot of people can or have experienced that. So, yes, it's past, present experience. It's about just the human experience because I think, especially, let me see, people, you go through things, you live, you learn, you love. And I think this song kind of speaks to that. Yeah.
I like how you answer that question. you used to play cricket. You bat that one down to the ground, boy. You're on your P's and Q's, man. I like how you answer that question. Yeah, man. Yeah, but Abela, thank you for taking the time out this morning. I just wanted to get a little bit about you. You know, not a lot. I didn't come with the extractor fan.
Thank you.
Not that you would have answered all the questions. You might have gone like, no, GQ, no, not that one. No.
I would have done my best to answer whatever you asked.
Well, I know you say you're not into politics, but you still have some diplomacy inside of you.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Yes.
But thank you nevertheless, regardless, for sharing a little bit about yourself this morning to our audience. I do hope they embrace you. I do hope they acknowledge you and your work, and not for the sake because of who your father was, your late father. And by the way, my sympathies and condolences to you. I don't think I've gotten the chance to say that to you personally.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
However, though, I do hope people embrace you. You know, you're another artist from the region who's stepping out. And we always saying, how come artists don't go anywhere? But let me say this publicly.
Okay.
And this is just my opinion on it. Artists who reach far is because they get support. Simple as that. I've seen artists who can't even hold a note reach right around the world. And that's because that artist had the support, not just only of his management team, not only because of the money that was behind him or her, but because the people supported the artist. And what we need to do as Skittitians and divisions is start supporting our artists. And that's my opinion on that. So show your support to Abeno and whoever from St. and nearest. And who knows, your wish might be granted. You might see them on the Grammys and we say, yeah, tonight your song!
Yes, I agree with you. I always try to support my own, so I totally agree with you. Definitely.
Nice, man. Now, we're in the business of making fans. What would you say to your potential fan right now listening to this program?
To my potential fans about anything or just,
Anything, anything you want to share that you think that they should know as it relates to your music, and as they join you for this journey, this musical
yeah.
ride.
Yeah, so, Abena is all about positively spreading positive love, positive vibes, and just living life and enjoying it. So if you're into just living your life and being the best you and enjoying love and spreading love, then come along with Abena on this ride and see where we go and, see how far we can get and live in love.
Ooh, baby. I like that. Abena, thanks for taking the time out to chat with me this morning and our audience here on ZIZ Radio, man. And have a great Friday and all the best tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, GQ. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice,
blessings.
Man. Every time.
All right. All righty. Take care.
You too.
No matter how much I tried, then out of the blue you came. My life's been rearranged. You love me so completely, gave me hope to love again.
As she said,